Normal person, extremists. Yeah, no, the part where you're praying at the dinner table before your meal, that's not extreme. But the part where people who think like you in the government are trying to eradicate trans people and destroy same-sex marriage and outlaw things that a woman has a choice to do, that's extreme. So, gotcha! Stu Peters claims that Rihanna wore a pentagram on her belt, when in reality it was just a regular belt buckle, as can be seen on the second screenshot. How will the masses know we're worshipping Satan? Easy. We're gonna put a pentagram on your devil suit. Yeah, Stu Peters. Stu Peters, more like stupendously stupid. Got him. Yeah, it looks nothing like a pentagram. It's just a belt buckle. I don't know. You're being weird about it. Yes, all atheist women are unhappy. Girl, it's kind of weird you're still a virgin. Guys don't like that. They like experienced women. I'm saving myself for my husband. 10 years later. I just don't get why I'm so sad. Why don't I ever find what you have? Yeah. I'll take things that don't happen for 800. Thanks. There seems to be a lot of earthquakes happening right after the satanic ritual at the Grammys last night. Could be just a coincidence. Or could not. But I do know God is not to be mocked. Can someone explain to me what satanic ritual we're talking about here? Like, it's an award show, is it not? Pink nail polish equals going to hell forever. A man at Target took my returned item. His fingernails were painted pink. I have no disgust for him or any like him. I grieve for him and pray for him as I left. I grieve for all those who are lost in sin and in need of a savior. Their eternity is bleak without Christ. I had no idea that a man who painted his fingernails was automatically not allowed to be considered Christian. You know? There's no correlation there, buddy. Evidence equals none. Adam and Eve equals real. The Great Flood equals happened. The Tower of Babel equals destroyed by God. The Red Sea equals parted. Christ equals risen. Maybe in your little fantasy world it is, but not in the real world, buddy. Pakistan is reportedly blocking Wikipedia. At the beginning of the month, the country's government threatened to do this if it didn't block or remove sacrilegious content. All right, Pakistan. We can do Wikipedia without you, buddy. Sorry. Teehee. Why did the angel not get the kid out of the rubble? A Turkish channel met a 5-year-old boy who had just got out of the rubble after 112 hours. They asked him, didn't you starve all those hours? He said literally, every once in a while a person dressed in white would come to me and feed me and give me water and then go. But they wouldn't get him out of the rubble. You were just hallucinating, boy. Sorry. When you know 2 + 2 = 4, but would you still like to believe 2 + 2 = 5? Being Christian since childhood is like in your childhood, someone told you 2 + 2 = 5, and you kept believing and trusting it until you were told / introduced to the mistake of your knowledge that 2 + 2 is 4 instead of 5. In short, going or standing for truth is the ultimate goal of this life. Practice it and remember that Allah, God, knows whatever is in our hearts. So I don't know about you guys, but when I was a child, when I was in childhood, I was taught that 2 + 2 = 4. I don't know about you guys. Little knowledge of science makes you an atheist. In-depth knowledge of science makes you a believer in God. Sir Francis Bacon. A rational view, atheist view. So we're insinuating that God is the person, we are the hammer, and what's the nail? This is not the representation or correlation you think it is. An old Turkish woman, after the rescue teams arrived to her, they asked her out and she refused because she wasn't wearing hijab. They brought her something to wear. She put it on and came out after, as if she is saying she'd rather die than to take off the hijab. The clip is in the first comment. But at the end, she held a man's hand. Hide your woman from the West. There's a reason why you never bring women to the West. There's no backup option here in case things go south and to keep the woman in check. If you're in West, you can do nothing but stare in helplessness when your sister / wife / daughter goes astray and indulges in fashisha. In a Muslim country, you can ensure she won't have things her way. She would decide to go astray, and consequences can be far-reaching, even leading to her imprisonment or execution. So, women decides things and gets killed for it, is what I'm understanding. Great. Worst take of the year. Jesus in the Super Bowl. $30 million spent on a commercial rather than the poor. Sharing the gospel with millions could help save millions from eternal poverty. You know what else could save people from poverty? $30 million! That could help a lot of people. Religious temple on lockdown after a girl had her period inside the temple. Menstrual hazard. Nawagamua shrine in lockdown over period taboo. You know, it happens. It's a natural thing for girls, alright? I would like to kick off Catholic Schools Week by reminding everyone that the Catholic Church invented the idea of universities. No Catholic Church, no universities. People hate this historical reality so much they will make up stuff to argue against it, but it is fact. Your assertion is verifiably false. Nalanda University was founded by the Buddhists in 427. The University of Al-Qarawin was founded by a Muslim woman in 895. Next, don't make me start listing all the evil things that only the Catholic Church did. You do not want to go there. I love seeing weird Christians and Catholics getting put in their place. Makes me happy. Apparently, doing charity and helping people receive medical treatment is the devil's work. Oh, the Mr. Beast thing. Who knew? I knew this was going to happen sometime soon. He is literally the Antichrist. He's performing our society's equivalent of miracles through these excessive acts of faux generosity, and is garnering everyone's undivided love and admiration in doing so. He will start subverting Christ's teachings next and preaching selfish action. I can't believe that Mr. Beast is a bad person for curing blindness in 1,000 people. Now, granted, the only argument that I see here that would actually be valid in the term of this Mr. Beast situation is that Mr. Beast shouldn't have to be the one doing this. Mr. Beast shouldn't have to set the standard that, like, single content creators should be the ones paying for surgeries to help people see. Has nothing to do with Christianity. I don't give a shit about that. The real problem is why the government is not, like, implementing universal healthcare to allow people to see after being blinded or being blind since birth at no charge to the people. The government should be the one doing this, not Mr. Beast. Nothing about the Antichrist. That doesn't matter. Stupid morons. Today marks my 4-year birthday in the Lord. I feel utterly sick to my stomach looking at my before picture. I've shared the black and white, but never the color version, as what I can now recognize as the demons in my eyes viscerally disturbs me. Okay, so were you smoking? Or are you just indoctrinized and brainwashed now, huh? Good luck finding peace between the thousands of sects of Islam. First, Lamau. We all Muslim states should create a confederation and name it the United States of Islam. The city of Medina should be its capital. Christian troll keeps posting nonsense like this. Atheists who fornicate and promote that to Christians, why? What's your point with that? Serious. You can tell it's a troll and not serious because he put serious in the title. My boss has been dropping hints that he's worried about me being bi and all this stuff, but this dude literally walked up to me and handed me a Bible. Why? It's none of his business. If this dude wants to be bi, be bi. Hell yeah. No reason that the boss should be inserting himself in this business. It's ridiculous. Fruitcake thinks that his wife is his personal slave. Rules for me wife. She must obey. Must ask for permission before fasting, except Ramadan. Must ask for permission to leave the house, even to visit parents, etc. Not allowed to wear perfume outside. Not allowed to wear makeup outside. Not allowed to free mix with her non-mahram family members. Yeah. Oh my god. I don't even know what to say. Good message, but why is the baby wearing a hijab? You are your children's role model. Be very careful how you behave around them. Do you want them picking up your bad habits? I honestly don't know how Muslim men can be comfortable with their wife working out at a mixed gym. Also, Muslim men themselves shouldn't work out in a mixed gym too. Why not? The hypocrisy is so real. The hypocrisy is so real. I don't get it, man. Come on. Wedding rings are pagan. If I see someone wearing a wedding ring, I will ask the wearer where they are commanded by the Lord in scripture to be worn. You are worshiping demons and don't even know it. Or hear me out, it's just to signify the love between any person, anyone. Has nothing to do with religion even. Brother, that atheist is back in the gym again. I'll take things that don't happen for 500. Thank you. Again, we're playing Jeopardy today. Too soon? There is no God, Stephen Hawking, 2009. There is no Stephen Hawking, God, 2018. Insinuating that God killed Stephen Hawking, but God would have to exist to do that first. ProggerU encourages mocking and disrespecting the beliefs of others. The moral case for mockery. Is it okay to mock someone's beliefs? Here's why we need more mockery, not less. ProggerU is the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Not a single thing that they have sputtered from any video or tweet or whatever has ever made any sense or has been verifiably positive. All of it sucks. All of them need to get a better job. Have you tried 5 rosaries though? That ought to do it. Desperate. Anyone found a hack for just reducing sex drive? Particularly women. I'm a female in my 30s. Crazy sex drive, no solution in sight, troubled marriage, we are not sexually active. And I'm so tired of trying to fight it because it doesn't go away and it's pretty constant. 4 rosaries a day does not work for me. Ideally, I'd like to hear from women, as I do believe we are wired differently. Isn't an issue, it's just my brain. But if men, especially priests, since have serious hacks to just lower the old libido, I'd try. My brain hurts! My brain hurts! Oh my god. I'm concerned that my son has a secret girlfriend. My 17-year-old son has been very secretive with me lately. Recently, he has started to refuse to go to church with the family, and tonight when I was going through his room, I found a magazine with naked men in it. He obviously has a girlfriend that he is hiding from me, and that brought that magazine into my home, and I am afraid they are having intercourse, and I'm greatly concerned that he is going to get her pregnant. What should I do about this? Additional details. He is not a homosexual. We have taught him from the Bible, and he has learned through the church that this is not in God's plan. I will not teach him about condoms. That is unacceptable. We have always taught him about abstinence, and that is what God and his future wife expects from him. I want to speak to our pastor about this, but I am very afraid of what he would think when we are teaching our son if the things we are allowing him to sneak a girl into his bedroom. That is clearly inappropriate, and we are good parents. I am very afraid what he will think of us. You're not a good parent. You're a bad parent. Your son is gay. Good for him. I hope he is able to come out to other people, because if I was in his situation, I would never come out to you. You'd be in a home. By the time, you retire and you're senile, you're in a home. Or you're on the street. I'm a Christian. But Peter, Christianity is responsible for the Crusades and colonization. I just told you that I'm already a Christian. You don't need to sell it to me. This was real? Made by a person? Oh my God. I forget that, I'm so surrounded by actually good people that I forget that people like this actually exist. Like, the people I surround myself, whether it be my friend group or the people I follow on Twitter or the people I pay attention to, are good people for the most part. So I genuinely forget that there are people who believe this kind of stuff. So much to unpack here. Me. Wives must obey husbands as the Quran commands. Simps. Incel red pill Tate loser learn real Islam. Me. Okay, here are 20 great scholars saying the same thing. They must be red pill too by your definition. OMG, stop bringing red pill into this. You're destroying Islam. If as a Christian you think we are reaching when we talk about the dominance and normalization of Satan worship in pop music, you need discernment. Sam Smith's performance at the Grammys last night was satanic, gory. No, it's not art. It's symbolic of who they serve. Oh, this is the Satan ritual they were talking about earlier. Sam Smith. Good for them. Sam Smith is cool. I like them. Allowing same-sex marriage is not only mortal sin, but direct rebellion against God, who destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah because of rampant wickedness of same-sex marriages, Genesis 19. Nothing in the original scripture of the Bible says anything about homosexuality. You would know that if you actually read the Bible. And not the current one, because the current one, text has been redone to make it look like homosexuality was said in the Bible as a sin. But originally it wasn't. So, fuck you. Our culture has just two options, Christ or chaos. I pick chaos. Sorry. Being a misogynist and a feminist at once be like, homosexuality oppresses women because gay men have sex with each other and leave women horny without getting fricked. He also called for the international criminalization of homosexuality and for homosexuals to be severely punished. So were you homosexuality isn't just men, by the way. Homosexuality is all gay people. Men, women, non-binary, gender non-conforming, gender fluid, anything. So this argument is invalid. You just want to be homophobic and a weirdo. Catholiban extremists gather on the main square in Zagreb, Croatia, praying against sex before marriage and calling for the establishment of Catholic theocracy. Lot of men in this picture, huh? In the video, she claims to be the stepsister of Allah. Am I really Allah's sister? Honest video. I don't think you can possibly explain how you are the stepsister of Allah in 34 seconds. Allah is stronger than Jupiter. Meteors, comets, asteroids, Jupiter, Earth. Thank Allah. Thank you, Allah. Thanks to Allah. You should thank Allah for that, not Jupiter. Don't thank Jupiter. Thank Allah who made such a system. Thanks to Allah for this creativity. Thanks, Allah. No. Thank you, Jupiter. Rep. Lauren Boebert suggests God used her to stand up to demons, including a Speaker of the House. I hate this woman. She's a United States representative for one of the districts in my home state, Colorado, and is just absolutely the worst woman to ever exist. Absolutely the worst woman to ever exist, and I wish nothing but downfall for her in the worst way possible. Another bumper sticker, proselytizer. How do you even see out the back of those things? I'm not reading all that, though. I'm not reading any of that. No thanks. Sorry. Instead of fighting against make-believe monsters, would it not be better to fight against real, sinful, un-Islamic deeds? Hashtag Power Rangers pray. Hashtag Muslim heroes. A new religious statue in the town of Davidson, North Carolina is unlike anything you might see in church. The statue depicts Jesus as a vagrant sleeping on a park bench. St. Albans Episcopal Church installed the homeless Jesus statue on its property in the middle of an upscale neighborhood filled with well-kept townhomes. Jesus is huddled under a blanket with his face and hands obscured. Only the crucifixion wounds on his uncovered feet give him away. The reaction was immediate. Some loved it, some didn't. One woman from the neighborhood actually called police the first time she drove by, says David Borax, editor of DavidsonNews.net. She thought it was an actual homeless person. That's right. Somebody called the cops on Jesus. And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you, since you have done it unto me, one of the least of my brethren, you have done it unto me. Why are you in hell? I called the cops on Jesus. Can anyone explain the Lord's Army thing to me? This guy is the go-to plumber at my apartment complex. Lord's Army, in his name, plumber. Okay, great. I don't know. It's a little culty to me, if you ask me. Muslim man is furious that a Muslim woman is having consensual sex with his roommate. Bro, I live in a house with a few guys in California. There's a Muslim PK girl that comes to have sex with a guy every week. The whole house can hear their noises. I'll never marry in the West. I and another Muslim guy who lives in the same house decided not to marry in the West. Well, good for you. Don't marry in the West. This guy is slaying pussy, which you're not doing. So, I'm planning to leave the house. It has affected me so much. Certainly, it has completely changed how I see Muslim women now. I hope the back home girl will help me to get rid of this image. That guy doesn't like Islam, and here we have a Muslim doing zina with him. If there is a God, then the world was created through intelligent design by a creator. But a female's is proof that intelligent design is impossible. It's so funny looking, it smells bad, and flaps around everywhere. There is no way it was created by any kind of God. Any theists want to try and refute my theory? This guy really just said... My misogyny disproves religion. Oh my god. Seems like such an inclusive ministry, /S. If the God you follow is okay with this, then you're following the wrong God. That's not true. If the God you follow is okay with this, you're following the right God. Because he lets people live how they please. The joys of having fruitcake parents. It's 7 a.m. on Sunday, and my mom decided to lock me out because I feel sick and chose not to go to church today. It's freezing, and she doesn't get back until 1 p.m. Go to Child Protective Services and call the cops on your parents for locking you out of the house on purpose. Iran dancing couple given 10-year jail sentence. An Iranian couple in their 20s have been given jail sentences totaling 10 years after posting a video of themselves dancing in the street. They were reportedly convicted for promoting corruption, prostitution, and propaganda. Guys, is it prostitution to have a happy, loving relationship? Feeling happy in a relationship so much that you dance in the street with your significant other? Gotta be illegal, right? Ice cream is $43 a gallon. Time for the church to arise. People are talking about the price of eggs. Here is 1.75 quarts of ice cream. This is equal to $43 per gallon. It's time to wake up. It is only going to get worse before it gets better. Time for the church to arise. The kingdom suffers violence, but the violent take it by force. Nowhere in the Bible does it say to be a soft Christian. It's time to get aggressive. Okay, well, that's like super fancy ass ice cream, first of all. If you wanted to buy the ice cream, you can get it for, $3.99 a quart. Probably, like, Walmart brand. But this is like French professional ice cream, and if you want to pay more for the good stuff, then you gotta pay more for the good stuff. The irony is melting my face. Most people don't really want the truth. They just want constant reassurance that what they believe is the truth. Kind of sounds like specific people from specific books of religious context. My mom threw me out for being trans with no food, clothes, or anything. I'm currently at Dunkin's and called around shelters but haven't heard back. What do I do? L. Montana. More info in comments. I will pray for you as much as I can. You are not allowed here until you find Jesus and his Lord. What is your deal with me being myself? Why can't I just live there until I find a place? WTF, Mom, I need to eat and I need shelter. I can't live on the street right now. You can come back when you are my son again. I threw away everything, so there's no point in you coming back here. Jesus will take care of you if you let him in. I hope that mom becomes more compassionate and chooses to turn her life around to mend bridges with her daughter. So, I have other words I wanted to say about this mom, but I deleted them because they were a little too harsh. The Bible Belt. Established 0000 AD. The Bible Belt, in God we trust. Established 0000 AD. When Jesus was born, this just kind of happened. It was just there. Blinding light flashed all around the border of this area, and it was just dealt. This is actually the Holy Land here, apparently. Biology textbook in Pakistan. The theory of evolution as proposed by Charles Darwin in the 19th century is one of the most unbelievable and irrational claims in history. Really? I beg to differ. The Bible never says anything about dinosaurs. You can't say there were dinosaurs when you never saw them. Someone actually saw Adam and Eve. No one ever saw a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Carl Everett. This bro is a professional baseball player said this. Not like we dug up fossils. Where's the fossils of Adam and Eve? I don't think so. Matholic. Think about this. If I had 7 or 8 kids and the atheist secularist has 2, not only do I have a 4-to-1 advantage, but then one of my kids concerts one of his and now it's 9-to-1. Then all of our kids have 4 kids and his kid has 2. I baptized them all, and it's 36 to his 2. 34 net. Playing the long game, apparently. What's the game, actually? I have no idea. They hate women and aren't hiding it anymore. Unlimited kindness to women destroyed Christianity. Unlimited kindness to women destroyed Judaism. Unlimited kindness to women destroyed every traditional religion and culture. And their next target is Islam. How about unlimited kindness to everybody? Every single person. Ever think about that? Selling our son's birthday presents. Oh boy. Okay. We're selling all the toys our 9-year-old just received for his birthday 3 weeks ago. He's been acting out lately and saying that he doesn't want to believe our religion and wants to be a scientist. We are fine with him wanting to learn, but he should learn about God. We can't tolerate him questioning and back-talking, so we are going to sell everything. Just so you know, we're going to make him watch this happen so the lesson really sinks in. And the money will go to sending him to Bible camp this month. someone needs to call Child Protective Services on these parents right now. That is insane behavior. Y'all keep watching the sky. If you thought that balloon was big news, just wait until the trumpet sounds and the Son of God splits the eastern horizon. He's coming sooner and faster than the twinkling of an eye. What does this mean? Oh my god, man. That was the worst subreddit I've ever ddone. I'd rather do r/weirdcore again than look at these fruitcakes.